Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Starfield. On today's episode, we are going to be doing that person's quest. You'll recognize her as soon as we get up here. Whoa!
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it.
Okay.
But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance.
So you aren't just a researcher
The
who got
UC's
kicked out for
actually the
doing
only
wild
reason
shit?
I'm here in the first place. I
Explain.
am a clone of a
She's a
man
clone
named
trooper?
Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy.
So
They
he's
called
very
him Ve
high-ranking.
Victus. Woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin,
I was about to be like, damn,
a
really
title
older
he
fella.
earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians.
So basically,
Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
eh? How more just it doesn't sound like the Ve victim must have been. He must have been an impressive
He
leader.
would have happily told you he was one of the greats. Ultimately, though, it didn't matter.
Why
The
didn't it
man I
matter?
was cloned from, my father, was executed
I
for
wouldn't
acts
call
he
him your
committed
father.
during the war.
I just call him.
The man caused a
Yeah.
lot of death on both sides.
I don't know.
Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things
war
he did, well,
crimes. Lovely.
they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day.
What did he do?
So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us
I
up
thought
there.
she said frown there. My brain
I
read
just
it
wanted you
wrong.
to be forewarned.
You're not your father's kind. Is there a problem? Not sure I could blame this family of yours. Doesn't sound like they're. Not sure I could blame them. So you're using. Not your
I
You're not
really
your father.
appreciate you saying that.
All the rest are
I
so
just thought you
mean. She's
deserved
not
to
her
know,
father. She isn't the
considering
same.
how much you've done already.
Just because she's a clone
You
doesn't
know,
mean
while
she's the
we've got a
exact carbon
second,
copy
was
of
there
him.
anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
What? Don't have any
Then
questions.
I guess
This
it's
is
just a
probably
matter
just
of...
a matter of waiting.
The cabinet meeting is about to begin.
Captain,
All parties,
cabinet
please
is ready.
proceed
Let's
to
go.
cabinet chambers.
Ah, Captain.
Yeet.
Congratulations.
Cabinet chambers. Roll. Hello, you, New Atlantis. Hello.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes,
Oh,
well,
piece of
precisely how
You
urgent
could really
is what I
tell
hope
he's
we'll
like.
determine here today.
No, it wasn't called big
So now,
prejudiced about
We
her
have
because
two
she's a clone.
petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
We're still trying to figure out what we're facing. We can't make an informed choice. We need our kind to find a way to. I'm here to talk about what Hadrian's wanted. We're still trying to figure out. We need the data.
That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Yes, I agree.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting.
Shut up, bitch.
While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations.
Yeah,
To
but not on
demand
this
we
quickly.
hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, A power
I
grab by
will.
the daughter
He's
of
dying.
a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium.
Hell yeah.
I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we?
No, we ain't.
And while there should be no
You started
doubt,
it.
the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties. Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I
Data.
don't think it's enough. Perhaps you
Right.
can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
You want to call me? That's pretty. I only know.
That
That
is
never
worth
sucked up.
considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a
What?
result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
He's basically saying, "Shut the fuck
Yes,
up."
a fine point, Admiral.
Oh, he's
So then,
Admiral.
Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far,
Yes.
if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
If there's a chance it'll happen on elsewhere, we don't have enough.
I'm
there's a
inclined
chan-
to agree.
As am I.
Yassine's gonna reject.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today,
I still
Captain.
don't like you, bitch.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
You know what's happening? Whoa! We got closed up quick.
Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident. Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport.
Hey, this
Terramorphs.
is Yuri. This is Captain Yuri
Terramorphs.
Yumi.
More
I was about to
attacks.
say Yuri
Just
Watanabe
as
from
predicted.
Spider-Man.
Good God.
This is Yumi's
There
boss.
must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later.
Let's run it.
Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain.
Okay, let me just. I got a new gun. It's a big boy. Got a couple new guns.
The things, but do it discreetly.
Let's go.
The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
I went exploring
Yes,
off
ma'am.
screen and I stole a bunch of
Admiral
shit.
Logan, the local barracks can provide support.
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world.
Huh?
Going to take a while to
We don't
bring
need this
them
anti-Xeno squad.
Well
though.
then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got.
Yes, we do.
You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let
Alright,
them know
let's
you're
go.
coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am.
We're on it.
Captain,
Let's
I'm right
go.
behind.
Whee! Not. Oh, it doesn't even let you go anywhere else.
You!
Collect the EM weapon. Alright.
The EM rifle!
That's it. Now hit him.
Alright. No.
We're trying to
Incapacitate
help you.
attack too. Oh. No, Hazy. Oh no, she's shooting with the EM weapon. I thought she was. No, she just killed him. I can't tell if she's killing them or not, because she's doing damage. If you just shot them and I'm gonna get something bad's gonna happen to me because you shot them? No, okay, good.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't
You look like a Neanderthal.
want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting. I've seen this before.
Terramorph can do
They were
that?
under the Terramorphs' influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog.
Fog? So they can mind
It affects
control,
everyone
basically.
differently, but some people just lose control. Turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet.
So mind control.
You kill the
So
morph,
these guys just
you
got
break the
even
hold.
more OP.
But this means we're gonna
basically, is
need
what
to
I'm
be
hearing.
real careful with our fire. And keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Okay, sounds like we need to
Let's
hustle.
do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
I will. Goodbye, Neanderthal. Yeet. Spaceport, damn it. Doesn't even let me go screw off to anywhere else. Oh, what's happening here?
God, no time to wait.
If you're not a bottle
Medic.
antiseptic, then I don't need you.
Let's go! Let's put another gun.
All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
Where?
Don't just stand there. Good.
Stop. Hey, stop holding his body. Where the hell is my gun? Let's go. Stop! I only have one mag of this. Let's go to cross. I only got one mag. Dead. Idiot.
Wait,
Alright.
officer.
There you go.
Are you and
Sergeant.
this woman
Hey, he recognizes you. That's cool.
Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing
What?
pad,
Can I
but
talk
we're barely
about
holding
this?
our perimeter.
There's
They said
more?
you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking
Do you have
over
supplies I
anymore.
can take, you said? Because if I can get ammo for this micro gun.
Hold them as best we can.
Option will speak to the fireman. I'm taking the fire team. I need the bodies that will die.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your...
Round
You two
six.
have any experience with Terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we
no.
know how to handle pressure.
Surviving
What?
a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your...
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about
Oh,
us.
they're Vanguard? They're military, bro.
Roger
Let's
that. We're on you.
Good. If they were security, I would maybe, like, not take them because I'm like, they aren't trained to the same, like, regiment probably as military, but they're military, bro. If they get taken over, they deserve to die. Yeet. Yeet. What the fuck? Like 30 people at
Stand.
who's talking to me?
Going to be okay.
I'm gonna
Not
wear your
real.
terrifying.
Whatever you're experiencing right now is not
Hey, wait.
real.
Stop shaking my
Have to put down that form.
Stop shaking my screen. Stop shaking my screen. Stop shaking my screen. Stop shaking my screen. It's going blurry. Sorry, guys. Oh. Little baby gonna die!
That was the last of it.
Nom 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 nom. I wouldn't be using this, rather. It's only gonna have ammo left in now. Boing. Let me... Frag mines. Come here. I want to get out of there. There's a mine. You're dying.
You're not gonna leave me here, are you?
That's on you. I don't want to hear it. Anything good? Oh, let me take his name tag. Let me honor his memory, you know what I mean? Okay.
Take down that target.
Perfect. Done. I hate this screen shake
Help!
and that. Cause
They're
he
gonna
making
kill
my
us.
stuff.
Please help.
That's terrifying. Why does he have a child voice? I don't like this. This guy is scary. Okay, I'm literally out of ammo on everything.
They got me. No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Die. Dad!
All wrapped up.
All the way back to Sergeant Yumi. Sergeant Yumi, we did it, baby.
Thank the heavens you're back in one piece. Though I guess our people weren't so lucky.
Don't worry, we're gonna get to the bottom of what happened.
The cabinet's already got a plan in place to make sure attacks like this never happen again.
Can't happen soon enough. Thank you.
You got a nice
The
fade,
city
homie.
owes you both a debt after this.
We were just in the right place at the right time. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with.
Yes,
Take care of
ma'am.
yourself, Sergeant.
Bye, Yumi. I'll be back to do another job for you later. Alright. Back to the cabinet.
Things
Talking
getting to the
spicy, huh?
Thank you, Captain.
Hadrian,
It would
Okay,
appear
what's
that the
happening?
cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology.
Yeah, thank you.
Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Better late than never.
I had some ideas on that front, Captain, but we'll get to that.
Yay! Give me some
Now,
money. Money.
Today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places.
Yeah.
As such, the cabinet has authorized me to
Hey, she's
reinstate
becoming a
you,
major
Hadrian,
again. I read
effective
ahead, leave me
immediately,
alone.
to your former rank of major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yay, she's back in major.
I'd be honored.
Don't say you'd
Excellent.
be honored. Be like you.
But as
you're
you've
welcome.
both
I'm even
made
doing you
clear,
this favor,
for such an
bum.
investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective
I'll do
and
that.
House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
I'm sure that's can't be. I'm just a very
We
good
see your
nobody.
atypical background as a strength, not a hindrance. The people you'll be dealing with, they're rather atypical themselves.
That's a
In
diss.
exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data.
Deal.
Get you access to those credits at real estate you're after.
All right,
So,
let's run it.
will you help us?
You can count
I'm
on
glad
me.
to hear it. Now,
gonna become a
we,
citizen
of course,
everywhere,
won't
baby.
be sending you in without the proper support.
All right.
Deputy
what am I getting?
McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives.
Huh?
You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the...
I'm dismissed. Okay, fine. I read ahead and read that. Let's go talk.
Hey.
Deputy
Vanguard
McIntyre.
Captain.
You bum. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
I'll make sure they get what they require.
Okay, thank you. Talk to me, please. Please. Just
That
let me
must
talk.
make you my Vanguard Captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs.
I don't like Chief Yassine.
I'm
I
Deputy
just realized
Chief
who
Diplomat
Yassine is.
McIntyre.
Yassine's the guy with
Chief
the beard that
Yassine's
was
second
being
in command.
prejudiced. Piece of garbage.
I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude.
You
I
sound
was
so
also
dead.
informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor,
Sure they
accessing
are.
the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives.
Yes.
You do know what the archives are, correct?
The repositories?
Someone paid attention in current events.
No.
So,
I
then
just
you
sort of
also
connected two
know that it
dots.
was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players.
Yeah.
Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 armistice signatories. You see,
Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince two people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes.
Sounds easy
Get
enough.
them both
Just
and
gotta
you'll
do a
have
little
your
free
data.
talking,
But
maybe
that's a
sleep
lot
with one
easier
of
said
them.
than done.
Classic CIA stuff.
I couldn't agree more. However,
You know, just make the
both
schmooze on
ambassadors
them,
have
you know what I
reasons
mean?
they won't or can't work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here.
Lame.
Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Freestar Collective guy.
The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now,
Probably
officially,
deserving.
our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her
So I'm sleeping
code.
with her. Tell me
Certainly.
what these other tools.
See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure.
So
We
basically,
just need to
black money.
find the squeeze.
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel, but there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
That's all the info I need.
All right.
And take
Alright, give me that.
these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Alright, and then tell me about
Ambassador Balmore's
Balmore.
a challenge.
Why?
When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Everything I've heard from them is just they're crazy.
Of course, but there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive.
Okay, lovely.
His public appearances
So I
were
have
always
to
rare.
sneak in.
But it's
Hope
been
he's
several
alive, and if
years
he's
now
dead,
since he
I
last
get
poked
the
his
code of
head
his
out.
cold dead hands.
Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
What do you
Your
mean not the
task is
kind you
to find
expected?
him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
Okay, hope for shit.
It would at
something we're
least
not
be a
chasing
speedier
corpse.
negotiation. But I, of course, hope the ambassador is alive and well.
This is
Now,
why I
the
don't like
embassy
getting
front
into
door
politics.
isn't an
She's
option,
crazy.
but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms
God
might have been
damn.
tripped inside the embassy during the attacks.
So I'm gonna
Watch
do that
out for
next.
automated
I'm gonna go
security
with
in there.
Freestar Collective.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff. Be smart out there, Captain.
Okay, time to go to Freestar.
Terramorphs?
Let's go.
As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never
Hello,
fails to
Mercury.
disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Yeah, I am.
Stash the weapon.
You're in an embassy, for goodness sake.
Try me, bitch. I'll murder your whole family. Try me. Who talked to him?
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
Yeah, on behalf of Captain, I need to tell you seem like a lady from officer. Have I got a
What
deal
are
for
you?
She's a
You're the one
duckling. Look at her
McIntyre
lips,
called
bro.
about.
She's a duckling.
The
What the hell is
eyewitness.
this?
She said you were at the space.
Look at her lips. The top one
You
just
have my
goes
thanks
out
for
like a
what you
duck.
did down there, truly. Save.
Let me
Now, she
laugh.
also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants Terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can
don't
only
like
presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. Excuse me. A less level-headed person might think that was a threat, Captain.
Not a threat. It's
Let
a
me be
statement.
frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go?
Persuade.
You really gonna push this?
Persuade.
I'm listening.
Damn, she's big.
Please don't talk.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Are you suggesting we can't... Captain, I'm sorry, but my aunt...
I'm totally not gonna reload and not have to do this stealth bullshit.
Didn't you...
Hey,
make
look
some
what,
good points.
yeah,
But
I
if
made
I'm
some
really
good
granting
points. I'm
you
granting you access.
I'm gonna need the
I'm
following
not going to
concessions.
do stealth.
Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these Terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it.
Deal.
You go in once. You get everything you need on your trip, and never again.
Deal.
And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement?
Deal, deal, deal.
Excellent. Follow me.
Let's go. You're gonna take 20 minutes. I'm gonna talk shit on the way silent.
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
Go, go, go. Keep talking. Keep talking. Shit, where'd you go? Oh, I'm assuming this
tell me
is
it
the
should
way
only
if I
take a
wanted to
moment.
break in. Can't even lock with that though. Save right here.
And there.
Gimme, 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 gimme.
Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
Nobody's seen me, right? Okay. And on the next episode, we're going to be going into House of Arun. And we'll be dealing with the automated defenses that we can hopefully turn off. And we'll get done with it quickly. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Boom.